In this lesson, we'll show you how to set the projection in ArcGIS. Normally, if you want to locate a position on the globe, it will be in the form of eastings and northings. Look at these coordinates over here. You have degrees, minutes, and seconds, and latitude and longitude. So to begin with, if you look at the options, we have degrees, minutes, seconds over here. This is just to show you on the globe. Latitude and longitude will be on the, but normally all the maps are on a flat piece of paper. They are not on the globe because normally the engineers do not carry a globe with them. They normally carry a piece of paper which is flat. So all the features of the map should be projected on the features on the globe should be projected on a map. So when you have to project the globe on a map, on a piece of paper, some things have to be sacrificed. Either the area has to be distorted, or the distances have to be distorted, or the angles have to be distorted, depending on the projection that you choose. All the maps, not all the maps, most of the maps in UAE are on universal transverse Mercator projection, which can be seen over here, right there. Universal transverse Mercator projection. So when you use the UTM projection, what is going to happen is that everything is going to change into zones. So the world has been divided into 60 zones, and the UAE is in zone 39 and zone 40. And you see the units have already changed over here into uh, X and Y, east and north. So these are the coordinates for eastings, and this is the coordinate for the northing. So that will be, that is, so everything now will be projected onto a piece of paper. So this is something very important that you have to set in ArcGIS also, because ArcGIS starts with unknown units over here. If you look at this portion over here, it is unknown units. So so you have to tell the computer or the ArcGIS what kind of projection is being used for your map. Therefore, setting the projection is very, very important. So for example, in this case, if we want to plot a few points on the map, we have to tell the computer what kind of projection we have to use. So the first thing I do is we go to our catalog, and here is my folder for lesson number 3, where I have stored the documents for plotting the points. Okay, so the first thing I do is I need to make a connection to that particular folder, and then what we need to do is we need to go over here, file, add data, add XY data, and this is where you can choose the coordinate system or choose the projection. Now, since we are creating a map for the UAE, or we are adding the points on the UAE area, we need to first pick up the Excel sheet, which is this one, whole 7 complete. Okay, this is the one. Pick up this one, add. You will see it. And if you want to see this on in Excel, I can display it for you over here like this. So we go to our folder. This is the folder and this is the file that we have to look at. So here is your eastings, northings and elevations. We'll be using only eastings and northings. Okay, so I go over here and I pick up the easting and northing or X and Y value. Then I set up the coordinate system. So we go to edit. This is, we need to have it projected coordinate systems. So we go to projected and we have to have UTM, which means Universal Transverse Mercator Projection. And as I told you earlier, it will be World Geodesic System 1984 Northern Hemisphere, and the zone will be 40, UTM zone 40 north. All the information about the projection is shown over here. Okay, and click OK on this one. So now the system has been defined. Please notice when we change, when we apply all of this over here, this information will change not to unknown units, but into meters, because this is also in meters. So when we click on OK, you will see that everything has changed into meters, and the projection now is Universal Transverse Mercator projection. So this is a very important step that you have to perform in almost all the operations that you're doing with ArcGIS if you are dealing with maps in the UAE. So let us look at the properties again. Here it is. Okay. So this is how you set up the projection on ArcGIS.